If you want to be a superhero, you wear a cape. If you want to deal increased lightning and frost damage, you wear the Cape of Tides in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. What's up, YouTube? Zero here, and today I have a legendary armor review of the Cape of Tides in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. In this video, I'll go through the overview of the Cape of Tides that I'm utilizing in this video. Then I'll get into some more gameplay. I'll talk about the perks and drawbacks of the Cape of Tides. Then I'll talk about where you can go to grind for this legendary armor if you're interested in grinding for the Cape of Tides. Then at the end of the video, I'll get into Fate or Hate. Is the Cape of Tides fated to be in the Fate Maker's inventory, or are you going to hate it and should you trash it immediately? If you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Tiny Tina's Wonderlands content. Do a bunch of other RPGs, so feel free to check those out as well. Thank you so much in advance for doing so. Let's talk about the overview of the Cape of Tides you're seeing in this video. So I'm utilizing the Bombardier's Cape of Tides of the Targeted Shriek. This is chaotic and it's a Valora armor. Mine increases the Spore Warden power and the Spell Shot power because I'm running a Spore Warden Spell Shot build. And of course, when it rains, it floods. And you really want to flood the battlefield by soaking enemies. Now, how are you going to soak enemies? Well, critical hits have a 25% chance to create a Water Nova that applies soak to targets for a duration. My Cape of Tides also increases the duration of all soaked effects by 57%, which is really nice. And the bread and butter of the Cape of Tides, soaked enemies take 150% damage from lightning and frost, but unfortunately take 150% less damage from fire. My Cape of Tides also deals increased gun critical hit chance, increased area damage, and increased spell damage. The increased spell damage works really nice with my Spell Shot build, and the increased gun critical hit chance really works nice with the fact that you have a 25% chance with the Cape of Tides to deal the soaked, which we really need for our Cape of Tides and the Cape of Tides to be most effective. So of course, the major perk of the Cape of Tides is you're dealing more damage with lightning and frost. So if your build focuses on lightning and or frost damage, the Cape of Tides is going to be perfect for you. Perhaps you're a berserker. This is going to be great for you. Maybe you're a Spore Warden who utilizes the Frost Blizzard. This may also be fantastic for you. Or if you're a Spell Shot who runs spells with frost or lightning, this is going to be great for you as well. There are so many builds that can utilize the Cape of Tides because lightning and frost are very versatile. Of course, lightning damage already runs through shields very well, but with the Cape of Tides, you're going to completely obliterate enemies like knife cutting through hot butter. Frost is also extremely powerful because you can slow enemies and maneuver around the battlefield with ease. I love having some form of frost damage at my side, whether it's in a spell with the twister that you saw on the screen, or in the form of a gun such as the liquid cooling. And I also love having some form of lightning because of course you gotta get through those shields. Of course, the drawback is going to be that we're not dealing as much fire damage. If you're a fan of guns that have a fire elemental, such as the Hawkins Wrath shotgun, I know I love that shotgun, but I'm not able to use it with this build because I'm dealing a lot less fire damage and it's just not going to cut through enemies like lightning and frost damage. But you can see there I'm soaking enemies and just completely obliterating them. Even LeChance, a boss, as soon as I'm able to soak him, I'm completely decimating his health because he's taking increased damage from my spells and my guns. So utilizing the Cape of Tides can really allow you to decimate enemies as long as you're focused on lightning and frost damage. Now, if you want to grind for the Cape of Tides legendary armor, this is going to be from the first DLC in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands called the Coiled Captors. The boss at the end of that is Chums, but if you run through that DLC, you have an increased chance of getting the Cape of Tides. Of course, Chums has an increased chance of dropping it as well. So now let's get into Fate or Hate. If you're a player who focuses on Lightning and Frost, or even if you're not, maybe you should start, because you can absolutely decimate enemies with the Cape of Tides. It soaks enemies, allowing you to deal 150% increased damage from both Lightning and Frost, and you can really destroy every enemy, not just lesser enemies but also bosses. You can really run through a lot of enemies by utilizing the Cape of Tides. So I absolutely recommend you grinding for this armor and putting it on, equipping some Lightning and Frost type weapons and spells, and going to town. I know you're going to love this armor as much as I do. So this is absolutely a Fate armor. But let me know in the comments section what you think of this armor. Have you utilized it, and do you love it or do you hate it? I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, peace.